Good morning, everyone. It's truly a pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join me. I'm excited to dive into a topic that I believe is central to not only the success of organizations, but to the fulfillment of our personal and professional journeys. That topic is leadership. Now, when you hear the word leadership, what comes to mind? Maybe you think about someone who's at the top of the corporate ladder, someone with a title, CEO, president, manager. Maybe you picture someone giving orders, making decisions, and guiding people towards specific goals. But I want to challenge that perception today. Leadership is so much more than a title, and it's far more than just overseeing tasks and managing people. Leadership is about vision, about leading with purpose, and inspiring others to follow a cause greater than themselves. So let's take a moment to think about that for a second. What does it mean to lead with vision? In the simplest terms, it means starting with clarity about the direction you're heading, clarity about your purpose, and clarity about the values that will guide you along the way. The most effective leaders don't just dictate tasks or give orders. Instead, they lead with a vision that transcends the day-to-day grind. They connect every team member to something larger than themselves. They help people see not just where they are headed, but why they are headed there in the first place. Think about it, the greatest leaders in history, whether in business, politics, or any other field, are not the ones who focused only on getting things done. They are the ones who inspired others to follow their vision, who made their team members feel that they were part of something meaningful, something bigger than any individual goal. And this is where leadership begins. It begins with vision, but not just any vision. A vision that resonates with others, a vision that inspires action, a vision that becomes a shared purpose. One of the first steps in leading with vision is to ask a fundamental question: why do we do what we do? I want to emphasize this point because it is more than just a rhetorical question. It's not a question for the sake of intellectual curiosity. It's a question that gets to the heart of why you as a leader are doing the work that you're doing. Why does your organization exist? Why does your team exist? And most importantly, why should anyone care? I believe that this question, why do we do what we do, is the most important question any leader can ask. It's the key that unlocks true potential, both within yourself and within the people you lead. When you ask this question, it forces you to dig deep into the core of your organization, your mission, and your values. It forces you to articulate a purpose that goes beyond just profits, projects, or deliverables. It forces you to connect with the deeper, more meaningful aspects of your work. And when you have clarity about your why, everything else becomes easier. Now, once you've identified your why, it's time to share it with others. Because true leadership isn't about keeping your vision to yourself. It's about communicating that vision to others in a way that they can connect with, that they can see as their own. And that's where passion comes in. If you as a leader are not passionate about your vision, how can you expect others to be passionate about it? Passion is contagious. When you articulate your vision with passion, you ignite something in others. You foster an environment where ideas can take flight, where people feel safe to express themselves, to challenge the status quo, and to bring their creativity to the table. Passion helps people see what they can't see on their own. It sparks that aha moment where they realize this is something I can be part of. But here's the thing, leading with vision doesn't mean you have to do it alone. The best leaders recognize that their vision isn't something that's set in stone. It's something that evolves and grows as the team comes together, as new insights emerge and as challenges arise. This is why it's so important to create a space for dialogue, to listen to diverse voices, and to encourage feedback. Your vision should be shaped by the experiences, ideas, and perspectives of your team members. After all, leadership is not about control, it's about service. It's about serving a cause, a mission, a vision that elevates everyone. Imagine you're standing at the helm of a ship. The ship represents your organization, your team, or your project. You as the captain have a vision for where you're going. But as you set sail, you realize that there's a whole crew on board with you. You're not steering this ship alone. You're guiding and supporting your crew, working together to reach the destination. Each person on that ship brings something valuable to the journey, and their input helps you steer the ship more effectively. As a leader, your job is to ensure that everyone is aligned with the same purpose, that they understand the vision, and that they feel empowered to contribute to the journey. This is why leadership is about building trust. Trust is the foundation of any successful leadership dynamic. And trust isn't built overnight. It's earned one action at a time. Trust is built through transparency, through consistency, and most importantly through shared purpose. When people understand that your decisions are driven by a clear, well-articulated vision, they're more likely to trust you, to follow you, and to invest in the success of the mission. Trust is the currency of leadership, and it is the glue that holds teams together. Now let's pause for a moment and think about the difference between leadership and management. Many people conflate the two, thinking they are one and the same. But in reality, leadership and management are distinct concepts. Management is about ensuring that tasks are completed, that deadlines are met, and that processes are followed. Leadership, on the other hand, is about inspiring people to move towards a common vision, to take ownership of their work, and to contribute to something greater than themselves. I'm not suggesting that management isn't important. It absolutely is. But when you focus solely on management, you miss the bigger picture. You miss the opportunity to lead with vision. And when you lead with vision, you create an environment where management is not just about controlling tasks, it's about supporting people in achieving a shared goal. This brings us back to the core of leadership. Your title doesn't define your influence. It's not the position you hold that matters, it's the trust you build, the relationships you nurture, and the vision you champion. Whether you are a CEO, a manager, a team leader, or an individual contributor, your ability to lead is defined by your clarity of purpose, and the way you communicate that purpose to others. Leadership isn't about control. It's about empowering others to take ownership of the vision and to contribute their unique skills and talents towards its realization. When you articulate your why, you give people something to believe in. You give them a reason to wake up every day and give their best. You give them a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging, and a sense of direction. And when people feel that they are part of something meaningful, something greater than themselves, they will work harder, they will collaborate more, and they will contribute in ways that go far beyond just completing tasks. They will bring their best selves to the work because they see that their efforts are part of something bigger. As a leader, you don't need to have all the answers. In fact, the best leaders are the ones who are open about what they don't know. They are humble enough to ask for help, to learn from others, and to listen to their team. A great leader doesn't dictate every decision. They empower their team to make decisions, to innovate, and to take risks. By doing so, they foster a culture of trust, collaboration, and continuous learning. So if you take one thing away from this message today, it's this: leadership begins with vision. Start with clarity, start with purpose, and communicate that vision with passion. Create a space for dialogue, listen to your team, and let your vision evolve. Remember, it's not your title that defines your leadership. It's the trust, the relationships, and the shared mission you build along the way. Thank you for your time today. I hope you leave here feeling inspired to lead with vision, to ask the tough questions, and to empower those around you to believe in the why. Because when you do, you not only transform your team, you transform yourself as a leader. Take care, and I look forward to hearing about the incredible work you'll be doing in the future. Keep leading with purpose, and never forget to ask, why do we do what we do?